Hi, everyone. I hope you're off to a great day. Attorney Joy Farrell here with Attorney Kimberly Hall to do another PI pop in. PI stands for personal injury for those of you who don't know or this is your first time tuning in. Today, we're going to be talking about when should you hire a personal injury attorney. In the past, we've talked about why you should hire an attorney. But now today we're going to talk about when. When is the right time? What kind of case justifies personal injury attorney? When do you make that phone call? So that's what we're going to be getting into today. And as I've said on previous videos, personal injury, watch this video because you don't know. You may end up in an accident, Lord forbid, today, tomorrow, next week. This is a practice area we can't predict. That's what we call them, auto accidents, because nobody gets in their car and says, I'm gonna have an accident today. Nobody wants to do that, but it happens. And this is a practice area where these things come up unexpectedly. And when it does, you want to be the one that's prepared. I'm kind of, I'm a unique, I'm not gonna say weird, I'm a unique person like that. When I find information that I don't quite need, I watch it and I tuck it in my head because one day I might be in a conversation and I might need to reference that information. And just as a joke about like how serious I am about that little nugget, I don't know if you guys saw this video that was going around on Facebook and Instagram of this girl. She puts her boyfriend's very nice Jeep Cherokee on fire. Did you see that video, Kim?
Oh,
Are you kidding me? You didn't see
I'm
the
not
video? It blew up
no.
in her face. Okay, and somebody catches this all on camera. She goes up, she has her gas can, and she pours gas like in the car, and she breaks the window and all that. And she even has her mask on, I believe, which is the funny part. She has her Corona mask on, and she lights the car on fire. But when she kind of like lingers on the inside, like kind of making sure it catches, and then it explodes. It's like boom, and then it like pushes her back against the car, and so it propels her body back, and like she's on the ground, and then she gets up and she runs. Long story short, what Joy put in her pocket, and I don't know that I'll ever need this information, but I said, if you ever decide to blow up a car, you gotta throw the match and run.
RJ, that wasn't for you. She talking about somebody else make her mad and she need to blow that car up. She wasn't
Oh, yeah.
talking to you.
We have blowing up cars where we own together. Like absolutely that's costing myself money. I'm just saying, you
Oh,
know. And so I say that to say I watch weird things. I watch those survival shows like How to Survive in the Arctic, and I'm like, you can eat fish eggs out their belly. That's nasty, but it gives you
might need
good
to survive.
nutrition. I might need it to survive. So take these videos just like that. I'm giving you nuggets that you absolutely do not need today, but you may need them one day, or your friend or your neighbor or your coworker may end up needing them. All right. So when should I hire a personal injury attorney? I've been talking for a minute, but I'm attorney Joy Farrell, managing partner here at Fairell Roy Associates. Family law, personal injury. That's our thing. Any of those kind of cases, anything dealing with the family, divorce, custody, child support, alimony, modifications, contempt, call us. Personal injury. You got auto accident, slip and fall, negligence, premises liability, all those things. Any of those types of cases, and you think like, this could be this, it could be that, call us. Okay. Real quick, we'll have Attorney Hall introduce herself to you, and then we're going to jump right in to our conversation about when you need to make that phone call.
Well, welcome back if you're watching my video again. And if this is your first time, welcome. I'm attorney Kimberly Hall. I oversee and manage the personal injury department here at Fairell Roy Associates. If you watch my other videos, you already know I am super passionate about the work that I do. And, sometimes we get into these discussions and I see my hands going and my head moving because I get excited. And I really do care about people being informed, right? And doing the kind of work we do, I see the market so heavily saturated with attorneys, and it bothers me because you guys are being misled, and so that
Mm.
is why I'm on here talking to you to really give you the truth about personal injury and what it really looks like, right? And so You know, what they don't say out loud on those commercials and all of that is that these results are not typical, right? And so they put that in very small print because they just want you to call them. But, you know, I want you to call me because we care about you. As Attorney Fairell said in another video, we have integrity. And, you know, you aren't just a number to us. You know, we know you by name. I saw in another video, I can tell you, I can tell you if they're married, they're not, the kids, you know, where they're employed, what they do, what they like. You know, it's important to me that my clients know that I care about them as a person before I care about the check that they're bringing into the firm. And so, with that being said, we're going to jump into the content for today, which talks about when you should hire a lawyer. And so, a lot of times you only hear about auto accidents, auto collision, all that kind of stuff. And that is a bulk of the work that we do here at Fairell Roy Associates, right? So auto collisions, it is what most of us will be are most familiar with, right? We know somebody that's been in an auto collision. Sometimes we've already been in one, known people. We see it every day, right? We live in a highly populated city, right? So we see auto collisions or car accidents every day. I mean, and when I really think about it, I think I probably legitimately see a car accident. I
every
know
day.
multiple times a week. I know. And I'm coming back up and down 285. So, you know, it's always an auto accident there. And so that's what we're most familiar with. Um, I think the easy way to remember, like, should I call a personal injury lawyer? Should I call Attorney Hall if you got hurt and it was somebody else's fault? You know, in most of those situations, yes, that results
And
typically in
if
personal
you
injury.
think you can be hurt, because sometimes, like we've said over and over, you don't realize the pain that
Yeah,
they the accident on Friday. That pain may not hit till Monday because you have
yeah,
that adrenaline pumping. You may have had something big going on Saturday. You know, an event where you just had to get up and push through. You so busy moving, moving, moving. You haven't even stopped to realize, like, oh my god, like my neck hurts when I turn it, or my back hurts. So if you get in an accident and there's damage and all that, you probably just want to make the call just to see, just so you can know what your options are. And so, Attorney Hall, yes or no questions. Is a multiple car collision considered an auto accident?
yes,
Is a tractor trailer considered an auto accident?
yes,
What about if you hit the MARTA bus? Well, the MARTA bus hits you. Is that an auto accident?
yes.
What about
If
if you're
you're on the MARTA bus and the
at
bus
an
get
auto
hit,
accident? Yeah,
yeah,
it's an
yeah,
accident. Yeah.
yep,
What about if you're on your bike and a car hits
yeah.
you? Is that an auto
Pedestrian,
accident?
absolutely, yes,
Right. What if the police hit you? Can you call the police
absolutely,
on the police?
absolutely, yes.
What about the school bus? Bless our children. If your kid was on the bus, what's up?
At callers, yes,
What if the
absolutely,
bus hit you?
absolutely, call.
All right, so y'all get my point, right? It's a lot to go into auto collision. If it's an automobile involved, an automobile can be a bus, a
That's
truck,
right.
a car, a motorcycle, whatever. That's gonna qualify you, okay? So let's go
And
to
let me touch back on that, Marta. I have had quite a few clients that were passengers on a MARTA bus get hurt because somebody ran into the bus. So if you're a passenger in somebody's vehicle, no matter what it is, the MARTA bus, the school bus, the trailer bus, whatever, another vehicle, you are a passenger, you are also entitled to bring a claim. It's still a car accident, even if you're a passenger.
that's right. All right. When you should call number two.
Slip and falls. So these actually happen a lot. Slip and fall in the parking lot, slip and fall on the sidewalk, slip and fall inside the store, inside of a restaurant.
And a slip
Um,
and fall can be a trip and fall too.
it absolutely can be a trip and fall. I mean, I've had so many of these cases. I could go down a list. I had a lady fall over a pallet in a store. I've had the restaurant slip and fall. I actually represented a lady. She was a caretaker for a lady, and the lady slipped and fell on her property, and we had a claim. So, if you trip and fall, if you slip and fall, give us a call. Let us take the time to evaluate the case. Again, having knowledge is important, right? Knowing what to expect
Mm.
is important, which we talked about in another video. So give us a call, let us evaluate the case, and let us move forward from there so we can talk about, whether or not this is the case and what kind of recovery you're looking at.
Now listen well. Y'all don't slip and leave the store.
Don't slip
Call
and
us.
leave the store.
Don't do that. Because don't nobody even know you fell. Okay? Tell them what they need to do, Cam. You slip up in the Kroger. You tripped over
Yes.
the pallet at Home Depot.
And we'll definitely go back and do another video for you guys on slip and fall. But it works just like an like use the same steps that I talked about in another video, like the 5 steps you need to do after this happens, because it's the same thing. You need to call management, right? And you need to document, get your phone out, oh my gosh, I had a case. It saved us. The guy had taken a picture of the spill in the floor, right? Like, we need that information. We need to send it over to the store, right? Document it. Make sure you get the manager's name, right? Make sure you know what their title is. Are they the store manager? Are they assistant? Are they department? Whatever their title is. Because sometimes on the case, they're like, oh, well, we don't know what you're talking about. There was no manager. I've heard everything from these insurance companies. There was no manager working that day. Just foolishness, right? So you want to make sure you document. If it's witnesses there, get the witness first and that last name, their email address, their telephone number. The email addresses are so important. People's phones get disconnected. They switch services. Get their email addresses. Get your witness information, right? Call the attorney immediately, because stores, although they have surveillance, a lot of people don't know this, they're not required to keep surveillance for years and years and years and years, right? I mean, just because they record 24 hours, there just isn't enough space. Let's just get outside with it. There just isn't enough space to keep stuff on file for that long. So what you have to do is get in there and request that video and have them put it up, right? What we call spoliation, have them put it aside, right? So it doesn't get lost, right? That if your case doesn't settle for quite some time, that the video is still out there. So it's important. Document it, talk to your managers, take your pictures, get your witness statements, right? I don't care what you don't purchase. A lot of people do this. They were like, hey, I was in here for spaghetti for dinner, and they still like, go ahead and buy the spaghetti. And you know what the insurance company said? Oh, well, they kept shopping. They went ahead and bought their stuff. Now, you can buy one thing like a pack of gum to show that you were in the store, right? If the store tries to pull anything, but just going back and continue shopping, like, it's just not the wisest thing to do. And I know sometimes people do that because they don't feel hurt, like right then and there, right? But again, that adrenaline is going, people get embarrassed because they slip and fall in public. Like, it's a whole lot of things. But I've had people need back surgeries from slipping and falling in the store. So yeah, it's in. Yeah,
Attorney Hall may not remember.
I get excited about those cases.
Attorney Hall may not remember this. One of the first cases she picked up when she came into the office was my mom's own slip and fall case. My mom called me. She was at Walgreens, and my dad actually called me and was like, "Oh, your mom fell in Walgreens. They were gonna get ready to head out of town, and they were calling me for something else." And he mentioned as a side piece, like, she fell in Walgreens, and now we got to, go get her checked out because my mom had already had a bad back. And I said, well, my goodness, how did she fall? And they're still at Walgreens at this point. And he said, well, when they changed the soap dispenser from the bathroom, when whoever changed it, they carried it through the store. The soap dripped all the way down the aisle. My mom went to the bathroom, and when she walked out of the bathroom, she slipped and fell on that blue soap. I told my dad, go back in that store right then, take pictures of the drip all the way from the bathroom. They went back in, they took the video, they took the photos. You could see the skid marks where she fell. Told them to document it right then and there with the manager. They documented it. And I told her, I said, oh, I know you ain't trying to, but we opening up a personal injury case, okay? Because they gonna run us our coin for that, And of course, you're like, well, my back was already hurt, but your back was healed. Your back was healed, and you fell, and now you re-injured it. And she did her treatments and everything, and then I don't know how long it took, several months. But they cut her.
Yeah, they were fighting this. Yeah.
Yeah, they cut her a very nice check, and when she need know, I mean, I agreed on her behalf and all that, but I just sent her to check as a surprise, and she was like, "Oh my god! Like I cannot believe I failed, and like they're paying me this amount of money because I failed." And I'm like, "Excuse my language, but you damn right, because what
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna do is be negligent and get away with it. You're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna be. You got to do better. You gotta do better. When I'm in the store and I see a problem, I tell somebody, "Hey,
Yeah.
y'all got a spill over here, so I'm bringing it to your notice. Should you have been on notice that
Right.
there was a spill on the floor, and I brought it to your attention."
And
Um,
that's what people have to understand, like about slip and fall. That's why those videos and stuff are so important. That's why it's important for you not to linger and wait when it comes to those slip and fall cases, because those videos, like, they are lifesaver. I have won cases, and Joy, and we talk about it, and I don't lie, I've lost cases on videos because what the client tell you happened, it didn't really happen that way, right? And so it's important for those that are telling the truth, right? To definitely have that video to show exactly what happened. I'll never forget. And I had a client in a store, and she was minding her business. She cut the aisle and she slipped and she fell in a puddle of milk. And the lady was so hurt. It is one of the cases that like will always sit with me. She was so hurt, like she was super hurt. Her back. I believe that she was like a maid. Well, I don't know if they call them maids, but cleaning services is what she did for a living, right? And she just couldn't do it anymore. Her back was jacked, and she got $0 on her case. And let me tell you why, people. She got $0 because literally she cut the corner just as the person had put the milk back in the fridge, right? Because it was leaking. So she had put it back in the fridge and she hit the corner at the same time. So what they talk about in that case was that the store actually didn't have notice. They actually didn't have time to clean the spill up, right? So it wasn't the store's fault. Like, it was nobody that she could sue, right? And so I mean, it was just one of those cases that it hurts me to this day that she couldn't get anything, right? But I say that to say that's not in most cases. In most cases, the spills have been sitting there. So even like Attorney Fairell said, they don't went to the car, they don't pay whatever they did,
and
came
it's
back, and
still
it's
there.
still there,
Yeah.
right? Like, this is noticed at like the highest degree. Like, y'all just walking through the store and nobody sees all of this soap. And so those videos and those kind of situations and circumstances, they are so important, right? So call. Even if you don't know if it's their fault, call
Right.
us.
And I charge you to, because I'm be a good Samaritan. If you see
Ask,
the milk, you see the soap, stop.
tell
Put
somebody.
something around it. Say, "Excuse me," like, because it could be your mother, it could be your sister, your best friend that's coming down that aisle next, and they lose their whole livelihood. You saw it. You
Yep.
stepped around it. Say something. Put a can by it. Take stuff off the shelves and put boxes around it. Like, whatever it is you need to do to bring attention to it, do that to help save somebody else from having to go through the dramatic the dramatics that come with being injured on some fall, because a slip and fall can hurt you more than a car accident.
It sure can.
It's coming right off those feet all the way back. There's no bracing. There's no seatbelt stopping you. It's
Nothing
full
to protect you.
it's
Yep.
full impact. So those are very serious. And so the last one we're gonna jump into, where you need to give us a call, is negligence, medical. Why my whole word not showing? It's supposed to say medical malpractice. It does say it on my end. I don't know. Oh, it's down there at the bottom. There we go. Come on,
Okay, there it's scrolling. It's coming. Yeah.
Steve. There we go. Okay.
It's that rolling one, that scroll one. So, okay, negligence and medical malpractice. And so I put these together. Medical malpractice, a lot of people are very clear about what that is. It's like, hey, a doctor or nurse or somebody did something that is causing me still lifelong injury or lifelong pain. I put negligence on there, however, because every time you're hurt by a medical professional does not necessarily mean it was malpractice, but it could have in fact been negligence, right? So I just want to give the legal system its due, honor here, that everything is not malpractice. It can absolutely be negligence. I also use negligence as well because you could go into, I've had cases go into the nail salon and now you have an infection in your hand. That's negligence, right? That's not a slip and fall. That's not premises liability. It's not an auto case, right? But it's in fact negligence. That means somebody there didn't do what they were supposed to do. I've had where a client said, hey, I'm allergic to tomatoes, and they still put tomatoes in their meal. That's negligence, right? Again, that is something that we can represent you for. So I want you guys to, just kind of think outside the box. Having a personal injury claim is not always an auto collision. It can be a lot of different circumstances. I've represented clients that were shot at parties, right? At a club. We don't really have that going on right now, but nonetheless, those are cases. Instances where people have been raped in apartment complexes. Like, those are cases. You've been beat up in an apartment complex. Those are personal injury cases. So again, call us, even if you think it might be personal injury. Give us a call, give us the opportunity to evaluate your case. Let's go over the facts, let's go over the details, let's talk about your case, and let's see if we're able to help you here at Fairell Roy Associates.
Yep. And our number's on the screen, 678-973-2803. I recommend just go ahead and save our number in your phone, however you want to save it. Lawyer, auto accident attorneys, family law attorneys, best lawyers in Georgia, pretty smart lawyers, however you want to put it in your phone. Save us to your phone, to your contacts, so that you can find us. And make sure you use words that you're going to be, in the moment, like, so use the word lawyer or attorney. So when you search your contacts, will pop up, because you never know when you're going to need us, but when you need us, you need us. And there's no time for delay in those scenarios. In addition to our phone number, you can find us on the web at prettysmartlawyers.com. So as always, thank you for tuning in to our PI Pop-In. Make sure you continue to check the page for our future posts as we continue to do this series. I think you'll be very, very, very well informed after you take the time to listen to these. Direct other people to our page. If you see somebody who's been in an auto accident, go ahead and copy this link, drop on that comment when they do post that they were in an accident on social media. Go ahead and direct them to this page and let them know where they can get some excellent representation. Thank you for your time today. We hope that you all enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Be blessed.
Bye.